Hello and welcome to another chapter of the Unfit Crew. It's been a while since we actually recorded, right? It's been like 2 to 3 weeks.
Holidays and stuff.
Yeah, for me it was Hanukkah for like 2 weeks ago, or like a little bit after that. And for you guys, it's right now, as we're recording this, is the middle of your Christmas, I guess. All that stuff.
Something like that.
What about you, Brownie and Rank Up? What are
Yeah,
you doing? What have you been up to? Something
yeah. The
interesting?
the same stuff where we like dress up a tree with weird things
Ornaments.
and put presents and stuff. Yes, ornaments. Those things called ornaments.
Yes, apparently they have a word for it. Your silly holiday and all that stuff. Anyway,
Yes.
so yeah, just going to say that out loud. If you haven't subscribed to any of these awesome creators, they are pretty awesome for what they do. Um, Unfortunately, it's been a little bit slow for us, but they're still making pretty nice content. So if you haven't checked that out, they will be reminded in the cards from time to time. But beside that, let's get started with the actual session itself. So for the last time on the Unfit Crew, your group discussed what happened in the assassination attempt that happened to you, chapter 7, at the end of that. And you discarded that, and you essentially also talked with Lucienne, which is Roy fiance. Also, I'm hearing myself twice, so anybody who doesn't talk, please put yourself on stop mic if I'm hearing myself from you.
I don't know what's happening with my thing.
That's
I
fine.
don't know if my mic's bugging out.
Then put
We're going to
yourself.
get push to talk.
Yeah, just do it that way. I think that will fix that. It happens. Anyway, you have been talked with Lucien, which is the fiance of Roy, and he also after that you also walk with him to the lab to also find out not the lab, his man cave, as Gorgnek put it, where you essentially just like found out the things that he found from the labs that you were in found in Elber Mountains. And you found a pretty interesting acid to just melt things very, very painfully slow. And not like, just, slow normally, slow acid, like very painfully slow. Um, After that, he also gave you a choice of two missions. Since you all said that you want to put, you know, to put yourself to work here and you don't really want to, live for free, and you also just want to help, he decided to assign to you one of two missions that you get to choose. The first one was to take bandit camps around the city to essentially help build a wider perimeter. The second option was to what it called to put instead of like that you are going to the ship graveyard. In the ship graveyard, you get to essentially loot the ships around there and essentially improve the core of the city defenses. So it's either like giving yourself another ring over defense or making your main base a little bit stronger. That's pretty much what's the point. He did say that you will have a chance to maybe try to do some of the things later, but the point is just you have to decide what to do in order to improve the city overall, in terms of maybe if attacks will come from the angels, because you're not sure if they're going to do something or not. You decide to go once again, I'm going to mention that, with the ship graveyard, and you essentially set for it. After a day of traveling and arriving at night in sleeping there, you arrived at, in front of one of the ships. You climb to the first broken ship and you find yourself few barrels already of some what are called the things that you put in rifles, like the thing like back in the day.
Gunpowder.
Gunpowder,
Explosive
right?
powder.
I forgot why I forgot gunpowder. You found some 2 to 3 barrels of gunpowder, which Estelia already took into the cart, and essentially all the four of you, which is you three and Lucien, which decided to tag along with you because Roy did say that one of the council members is going to come with you, and she decided to come with you. You found yourself in, well, in the base of the ship where you got attacked by a centipede or some kind of a bug, a big bug. And that's pretty much where we left off, and this is where we're going to essentially start things, which I should probably move you here, so you can actually get to see stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much what was happened last time, and I really like that art of Lucien that I essentially, like, snatched. I really, really like that one, gotta say. Anyway, initiative, again. That's pretty much the best way to see it, right? He just lunged on you. For Lucien. Just give me a second. I need to pull up the centipede stats. Unfortunately, I don't have two monitors. Make sense? No? Anybody hear me? I thought you didn't hear me for a second. Also, that doesn't going to prevent any of you from talking if you put yourself on hold. It just, just in case, I'm just going to hear myself twice. So, dex. What is Bobby's dex? Bobby, you need to.
You want my initiative again?
Before the centipede after him died. So, first. He's first. Okay, Bolt, you are first. What are you going to do?
Alright, so this is a giant centipede, right? Let's
Yes.
see, is there... Do I have anything to burn the centipede with?
I mean, look at your spells, I guess.
Yes.
Also, what thing you put on you put the light pink on Gorgnak?
I think it was on one of Cable's items.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Not sure which one, just to know. His armor, his sword, I don't remember.
Neither
It was
do I.
armor, most likely.
I'm pretty sure it was armor.
Okay, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember for the love of me.
Alright, well, I have burning hands.
You're going to get to the centipede and just like press on burning hands just to see what it is.
Yeah.
First, because I think it's touch.
Oh, okay, I might
No,
not
it's-
want to
it's
touch
15.
it then.
No, itself. It's 15 foot cube. I was wrong. So
Oh,
you
okay.
don't really have to. As you hold your hand, you touching and fingers spread, a thin sheet of flame shoots from your fingertips. So it's fine.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a good strat to burn insects.
I think I just remember it like really, really badly from what it called D&D 5, not 5, 3.5. That is actually touch, so it's difference.
Yes.
Anyway,
Okay, so hands, thumbs touching and fingers spread. Oh god, is that a Kamehameha?
Kind of, but not exactly.
Yes. So I'm gonna just light this insect on fire.
Okay. So roll for what it called? Need to roll your. Oh, I need. Wait, we need to roll. I forgot about this spell. I think.
I think you need to do dex save.
Yeah, I need to do.
Yeah.
I need to do dex save, and do you need to roll for for as you hold
A
your hands
creature
with
takes
strong stare.
3d6 fire damage on a failed save or half on a
Hold on.
successful one.
Just let me see for a second. Things shoots through your hand. Each creature in 50. Okay, so I have to make the dex save. Okay, but you also. So what is your DC for your spells?
My DC.
Yeah,
Let me check. It's 14.
14. 14 with a dex save, and 4d for 4d6 because you're a warlock and warlocks deal their max spell slot. So with every spell, and you technically only have one spell left for now, if I remember that correctly. The point is, you do have one spell left beside this, right? I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
So anyway, roll your full damage, please.
Right. You said 4d6?
3d6.
Yeah,
4 because Warlock deals
4d6.
max damage.
4d6. He deal 4d6.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
as you essentially pull up a fire from your hands, you let them burn, and then you hear kind of like a little bit of a fart when you just let them out. They do touch the creature, he does suffer from it, but it's really, really, really weak.
Wow.
Anyway, it's
Hopefully.
Anyway, do you have any other thing you wish to do? Movement wise, parry wise, bonus action wise?
I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay still. I'm good.
Does she have in her bonus action? Okay, so when you cast a spell, you only have to. So, what class do you think she is? Just asking you. What kind of class of fighter of like a D&D character you think she is?
OP one.
Yeah, but what kind of OP one?
Extremely OP one.
Come on.
Well, that was a good shot.
Yeah, but what kind of? You have 12
If
classes.
anything, I think she's a caster
But
or
what
an
kind of
archer.
caster? Question. Druid, wizard,
Or warlock.
sorcerer. You're a warlock. She told you that she's not a warlock.
I think druid, if anything.
Sorcerer.
Okay, I'm not going to say which one of both of them. I'm just going to say one of them I consider, the other one just seems a little bit better. Anyway, she's going to essentially to also going to try something very, very nice. And she is going to create three lights, three different lights in her hands with the color purple as she shoot them out of her hands, and they're just creating scorching flames. First ray will hit. Oh, and one will miss. But she deals as she like you see three rays of fire, of purple fire coming out from her fingers, and the first two just hit the centipede, and the two others just bounce off. So the one other just bounce off. So essentially, you have a little bit of purple fire. Where is it? There we go. Purple fire like going on a little bit here.
That's an amazing drawing of some purple fire. That
Yes.
just
And she deal quite a bit of damage. So let's see what kind of damage she deals. That's 15 with her damage. That's pretty much does it for her turn. Although she does do something pretty interesting once she does that. After she casts this spell, she pretty much does a very, very interesting thing. You kind of like feel some of the wind, kind of like, a little bit of a strong gust of wind. And she pretty much start like levitating off the ground and just flying off the ground like by 5 feet above the ground. And she kind of like flies back and kind of like behind you guys. She doesn't stand. She just flies. Levitates, I guess. But that's pretty much does it for her turn. I think it's the centipede's turn right now. He's pretty unhappy by being burnt by fire, I guess. And he is going to attack our boy, Bobby. And he's going to hit, I think. What is your AC again? Just to remind me.
19.
So that will be a hit because that's exactly match. He is going to essentially bite you. And he also covered by fire, so you're going to take a little bit from that. You're going to get yourself a lovely dose of 10 damage.
Okay, that's not bad.
Bite you a little bit down, nimble on you, and just like push him aside. But point is, he's kind of like right here at the moment. And then he burrows and disappeared from the map for the moment. You don't know where he is. He just burrows. You do hear him, but you don't know from where. Just burrows for the moment. That does mean that you do get the two of you attack of opportunity on him, which is Gorgnak and Bobby.
Okay.
You can try hit him.
There we go.
That will be a hit. Roll for damage. That will be a miss, unfortunately. That's with your bonus, new bonus 6, right? Yes, it is. That will be a 9 and like his limbs, or should I say legs, as he just burrows down. You do hear some screams, but you also see like he's not exactly a complete centipede. It looks like he's kind of like missing some parts of his body, and you do see some holes inside of it, like not big ones, but like he's not like a complete centipede. He's not like, a full-grown centipede. He has some holes in him. There's like just shows a little bit of his insides, I guess. A little bit, not something big, but you do see that, and he just tunnels into the ground. What are you guys doing? Because combat is not over, but he is not to be found for the moment.
Could we roll
can I do
perception?
Because that's Bobby's action at the moment, so he can just decide to do what he wants.
Is it perception or investigation?
Give me a second. I think it's actually... Yeah, I think it's perception, actually. Because you need to...
Okay.
That's an 8. That's not going to work for you. But what are you going to do on your turn? You have the ability at least to go around and use their action movements and stuff like that.
I'm just going to
You can move yourself around or just going to reveal areas the moment that you're going to do that. If you aren't
I'm
planning
going
to do that. Okay, give me a
Just-
second. No, that's a mistake. It's hiding for some reason. Okay. So you moved already 15 feet. You have the ability to move 15 more before using your full, like your action to dash. So you have additional 15 movement. And technically, he's not supposed to be here. I'm just like, just putting him here because it's the closest place of the map. It's supposed to be somewhere else, basically. When you will find him, you will find him. Don't worry. It just like, So you want to move here?
Yeah, I'm just going to move to 15.
Okay. Are you going to dash, or are you going to just look around? No.
Just look around.
Okay, so what action are we using again? I guess it's investigation this time. The 13. Yeah, you do catch a glimpse of him here, around here. He doesn't really hide that much. He's still like, a centipede. A big one.
Well,
What?
can I slash at it?
Sure.
Alright, I'm going to call out.
What?
Take a slash with
Okay.
my.
Nice. You are really doing
that
well
hit?
in your slashing.
That's a hit, right?
Yes.
And damage.
He does borrow in again, or at least try to, but you stopped him from doing that. Now it's Gorgnak's turn.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
No,
Okay.
He didn't. You just parried him, pretty much. Or should I say, like, not parried him, stopped
I was
him.
about to say,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to get attack of opportunity, boy.
Yeah, but attack of opportunity is only once per turn. It's kind of like a reaction. So, if you use your attack of opportunity, for example, if you're a spellcaster and you have something called counterspell, you cannot use counterspell on the same turn that you did that. So it's a weird thing with these. But anyway, Gornak, what are you going to do?
Okay. And this fire is still burning? Or is it not
It's
here
kind
anymore?
of still burning.
Okay. And Bobby yelled that the centipede is at his location, right?
Yes.
Yes. What are you going to do?
I'll smash it with my warhammer. I'm trying to smash its head.
Okay. So roll. That will hit. Roll your damage. That will apparently finish it. This giant centipede, as you smash it with your hammer on his head, just like it explodes. And let's see some splattering damage until to where it arrives, because I want to roll that just for fun. How much meters it's going, or should I say feet it's going to arrive. So yeah, let's roll d20. Oh, very, very small, actually. It's only reached like up to you, pretty much. Very small splatter. You're able to finish it.
I did a little tap on it.
Yes.
It was just a little tap. I didn't use my whole
Oh,
strength.
thank God, because otherwise the lady here will be very, very angry with you. Anyway, you done with the Senti boy. What are you doing? And she
Can I search it?
You
Could
can
I
try.
throw my ultra ball at it?
Yes, but it's dead, so it's not really count. It's fainted. You have to find another one in the tall grass.
Is investigation to
Guys,
search it, right?
can we put that fire out?
Fire's awesome.
I know, but I don't want to burn alive.
She kind of like
Fine, just
looks
step
at
on
you,
it then.
very, very disappointed that like you think that it's just going to do something like that, and you should just like wish it with her hands, and it's just gone. It's like with wind. She just like
Thank you.
with wind. So good to have actual competent adventurers that are actually able to do something quickly and tightly without any problems, she says as she moves up. As for you, you were able to harvest some.
That there's me over here.
You've been able to harvest some stuff from it if you're trying to harvest, right? You're trying to harvest. So that's more of a survival. I will let it slide this time because it's more of a survival to do that.
I can do survival.
Yeah, but do it with advantage just because I want to give you, just the slide for that one. Because that's something that you should know in the future. Roll survival with advantage this time.
Alright, there we go.
Okay, that's good. So you're able to get. Also, did any of you write down the things that I'm saying just to let me know? One of you at least writing those things down and let me know about them. Because otherwise, I forget to add them to your.
I'm writing I'm writing down every character we get.
So in the last couple of sessions,
Every item.
Yeah, in the last couple of sessions, you didn't really get anything, so that's fine. It's been so long. I'm sorry. I'm just making sure that I'm not doing anything, and I'm sorry for the viewers. I'm taking a little bit of time off for this, but it's been so long. It's been almost a month since we recorded, so I want to make sure that we're just doing everything correctly. Anyway, Bobby, you're able to essentially pull like one of his sacks like in the mouth that like it spews some kind of like a liquid out. You don't really know what that is. You're able to like take it out without also harming yourself. The other one just explodes, so you're not able to deal with that one. However, you're also able to like take some of its armor, a little bit of like the centipede armor on it. You're able to get about, I would say, 3 large pieces that are like look serviceable for something, and then like 2 medium pieces, and then the rest of it is like just doesn't seem for you human-sized usable. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a centipede. It doesn't really have anything else on it, I think, that you can use, unless of course you want to eat his limbs, and that's something else if you're that kind of a person.
I don't know. I don't think gathering the limbs and start, putting them around my side to make myself
No,
look
I'm
bigger
talking
will
about
be
cooking
any
them.
good survival-wise.
Cooking them if you want
Oh,
to cook them.
cooking.
If you want to use them as food, as rations, that's what I mean.
Oh.
That's what I meant.
Oh.
Besides that, yeah.
I'll take some, like...
What are you taking?
I'll take some, like, legs as ration.
How many? Just to let you know, because there are few of them. How many you think?
Plenty of them.
About 20, let's say.
8 legs. Okay, 20.
8 legs. You said 8 legs. I just thrown a number. You said plenty. So you want 8 legs? That will be 8 legs. Write that down. Anyway, Lucienne kind of like looks at you a little bit disgusted, but she kind of like not really looking at you like a disgusted. It's more of like she doesn't like to see these kind of things. So she kind of like turns around when she sees you doing that. Proper lady and stuff.
I'm going to go and look at her like the scavenger that I am. Just my barbaric eyes.
She kind of like rolls her eyes and just like go a little bit to the side. That's went better than I thought that it would go, as I mentioned before. Did you find anything kind of useful?
Yes, I got.
Not your centipede stuff. Talking to the others for the moment, because you were a little bit busy.
I think I might have some centipede stuff too. I don't know. This looks pretty sick.
I'm talking about try to do investigations, you fools. And look around to find if you
Oh.
find anything useful. And I'm talking about
Fine, I'll start.
DM.
I'll start walking around.
Investigation. That's actually a very good investigation roll if it's a 19. So let me start revealing some areas. It's a very good investigation roll. Also, this ship is not really that big. The map that I found is not really that big. Yeah.
You know, I found stuff and things.
Yeah, apparently. What did you find, Bobby? Let me know what you found.
Hit it with a good old investigation again for this little area.
Okay, so let me a second to just reveal everything.
But
Yeah,
what
you
did
revealed
Cable found?
Just give me a second. We'll do it.
Yeah, what-
We'll do it slower to slower. So K-Bolt is like searching up. You're searching down, right? And the both of you like searching both ways down. Okay. So okay. Let's start with who will start first, K-Bolt or Gordnak? Who want to go first, boys?
Good. Cable, you
Me,
go.
I'll go first.
Okay, so K-Bolt. As you go up, you mostly don't really find anything beside like 2 additional stairways that leads up. You do find like a little bit more of like how should I say this? More kegs or powder barrels, but they're more I would say kind of used, or should I say like not in good condition. You do find as well like barrels of food, but again it's kind of like expired, I guess. However, you do found some wine that looks to you, or at least booze that looks to you that is usable, that you might be able to take essentially, like if you want to take with you back. You're not really sure from your knowledge that this is actually something that you're looking for, but it is an option for you. So you do find like around this place
Okay,
about
well,
like 3 or 4 usable kegs of wine for the most part, at least for like where you are at the moment, which is like around here. There is a little bit more up, but I think we should go to the guys down, unless of course there's something that you like to do.
Alright, so I don't drink, so I'm just gonna toss them to Gorgnak.
Oh no, Gordnak is not with you. It's just like you're going to mention it once you're going to come back. As for the next character that we're going to talk about,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about Bobby. Bobby, you found chairs and a living room that looks very, very broken, or at least like a room that looks like the crew kind of like was around eating. Mostly you found like broken glasses here and there. You find a bunch of plates that are, some looks usable, some looks but like they look usable but filled with moist and stuff like that. This is pretty much feels to you where the place of like somewhere like where the cracks of the ships are, because there are some drippings around. And this is like also where Cable kind of like around. This is where like there's the gap with the ship. I kind of cannot really draw it, but the point is like here around here. I'll just put a line here. There's kind of like a gap, and like you need to like jump it. Like here is like around here is like water. It's kind of like I didn't really find a good broken map for for ships. Around here is like the water stuff, and that's why some of the kegs are destroyed. Anyway, you find yourself like like I said, this kind of a room, some broken chairs, nothing really spectacular in this room for the most part. There's nothing really unique that you think that you found. As for
All right.
Okay.
I'll move out, just say nothing's good in there.
As for Gorgnak, well, you specifically open up a door, and you find this thing, which I unfortunately revealed a little bit earlier. So, yeah, another creature kind of like creeps towards you.
You could be such a darling and just kill it with fire.
Up. So, yeah, are you going to attack it? It's not as big as the centipede, but it's not really, not that small as well. It's kind of like a human size, I guess, for the most part. It's kind of like lunge itself at you. So are you going like it's not really looking like it's attacking you, but it's like it looks like if you would bother it, it will do something. So it's kind of like more patrolling around, I guess, for the moment, because it doesn't really have eyes. It's kind of like going around the entire ship like this.
I'm going to call out to Grognak.
So what are you going
Hey,
to do?
if I find anything, draw it out.
Lucy, could you be a darling and kill it with fire?
You sure? Because that will open up an encounter again. Because it's not really looks like it's
I would not suggest that, Grognak. Wooden ships are not good with fire, I would say,
Hey, I lit some fire and everything was fine.
Yeah, but your fire is a different
Yeah,
kind of fire.
I deplore your actions.
Like Lucian looked at you, but magic fire is different kind of fire, especially yours. Mine is an actual fire. Yours is never fire. It's different.
I think it would be funny if we burnt down the ship anyways, so...
But we need
No, it would not be funny, especially since there's explosive barrels on here.
Especially also that we need to collect things here if we want to improve the city defenses. That's pretty much what your assignment is here. I'm just here to help you a little bit.
Let's do it for content.
And also she finished, and just to also not disappoint
For what?
my fiance, she says. So are you going
Am
to
I the only one rational here?
Apparently you are, beside her, but she doesn't really care for the most part. So are you going to check the giant slug or not?
I'm not very good with bugs.
It's
Fine, let me do it.
What if it has some fantastic treasure inside of it?
Maybe you can try killing it.
Yep, that's my philosophy. I'm going to charge at it and attack it.
Okay. First, you can just roll on attack. Let's see if it attacks it, because it doesn't really pay attention to you. That will miss, but it does sense your movements because you are around there right now. So now you need to roll initiative, all of you, again.
Someone play the Pokemon music.
Again. Six.
Am I blocking the doorway so no one else can attack it?
Probably.
Great.
And to create another, but unlike you, the rest of them are spellcasters, so they at least can throw spells. You can just back down by yourself. So it's like, if your frame, which I haven't said, block the entire door, that's a problem. Then they can still maybe just go around your spells. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a 14 for Bobby. We have a 4 Bolt. We have a 7 for Lucy. And then we have, pretty sure the giant snail is not going to be first, but you can never know about that. That will be. Actually, the giant snail is first. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Anyway, the giant essentially, the giant slug, sorry, is pretty much sees Bobby that tries to attack it and spit on it a bunch of saliva or whatever it is. Bunch of like it's saliva or like I don't know what like what slugs leaves when they're like around, like they're walking around.
Slime.
So she kind of like slime, just spit on you a bunch of slime, and let's see and that will be a miss, unfortunately. And then she tries to come, or it tries to come on you. I don't know why I say she. It tries to come. Maybe it's because for us it's a female, like I mentioned last week or the last time we've been. She's trying to like slam on you, and you need to roll a dex save.
Dex save. Ooh boy, haven't done that in a while. Where's my? There it is.
That will be a success. So you're only taking 2 damage as she kind of like, or it kind of like fall beside you and just like bump you up into the air, down to the ground. That's pretty much it for its turn. Now it's Gorgnak's turn. What are you going to do, Gorgnak?
Door, right?
You can get to the door, but Bobby kind of like blocks the door at the moment.
Yeah, so you can like sling stuff past my head, but you can't just like go in and Warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try. Let's try with the crossbow.
What? Oh, with the crossbow. I heard something weird.
Crossbow.
Then, throw for your crossbow. That will be a hit. Roll your damage. That will be a... What to do for your turn? Okay, Bullet, I will move you a little bit back. It wasn't fair. I'm pretty sure you called each other for like doing this before you decide to attack, so that's fair. Anyway.
I'm gonna hold my position.
Okay. Now it's Cable's turn. What are you going to do?
Okay, I think on this box so I could get some height
Okay.
and like a better
There's still
angle.
like walls.
Not really.
Also,
I would assume, right?
So if I remember correctly, right now your bonus sword stands at 4, right?
I just got one for missing, so it's either like 3 or 4, I would say.
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay.
or could
Last
I
one was
just go
4.
on that?
I'm going to copy the text and just pin it again. Apparently I cannot fix it right now. Just don't forget to use it, because I think you have a maximum of 6 or 7. I don't remember what's the last time. Anyway, what Cable is going to do, if you're entering that way, you're entering a different room. Just to let you know.
Okay, but could I like kind of see him from here?
No, there's like walls and ceilings, bro.
Yeah, not really. I mean, you have to break your way through if you want to do that. Even though if you can see cracks, it's not really that big. It's different rooms.
I don't
Okay.
suggest you particularly going Kool-Aid Man strategy.
Yeah.
What if I just like hop on where Bobby's at?
Bobby is kind of like blocking the entire door. You could throw a spell like Eldritch
Yeah,
Blast
I'm
and
like-
stuff like that, but like he blocks the entire door. brain. Like
Yeah, I'm
in
one of
terms
those
of like
like
standing
dicks in
beside
high
him.
school who stands right in the doorway and just stops people from traversing the hall. I'm one of those people. I'm one of those asshats right now.
Until you will not like he will not get to his turn and like move, it will not happen. So just to let you understand.
Okay, so the best chance is Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so just move yourself a little bit around.
Is that
And
correct?
I'm putting you around here. And you want to roll something like Eldritch Blast. Okay. That's it. So you need to make a ranged spell attack. So make a ranged spell attack. That means your D20 plus your spell attack, pretty much. I'm pretty sure yours
Wait.
is. What is your spell attack right now? I think it's +6. I think. So it's
I
like your
think
spell
so.
attack bonus. So it's like 2 plus 4, which is your charisma modifier, so it's 6. So 20 plus
Yes.
6.
Okay, I'll roll the d20 first. Oh, wow.
That's a natural 20.
So that's
So
That's
roll your
26.
roll your damage. Doesn't really matter. Roll your damage. Roll a d10, I believe, right? Yeah, d10. That is
4.
doubled. +5 or +4. Sorry, your charisma modifier. So that's a 12 points of damage. Eldritch blast in your hand. Apparently, the power that you use to create the scorching rays, or not scorching rays, the burning hands that essentially farted, apparently kind of like transferred to your hands right now as you just echoes with a booming like sound, and you just like hit the slug right in the face, and you just like even kind of like move it a little bit, for cinematic effects. It doesn't really move, but like you kind of like push it back a little. You did something important, apparently. That's what you're going to do else for your turn. Is there anything else you wish to do, or you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So now it's our lady's turn. And she also kind of like trying to push you, like ask you gently to move to the side so she can actually shoot. And she kind of like cast her spell as a blue energy kind of like goes from her hand towards that creature. And then you see an arc of light between her and the target is like missed like Bobby by like an inch, and that will be a hit. E Witch Bolt. And she hit her for 4 damage. That's pretty much done it for her turn. She doesn't really tries to fly again, even though she can, but she doesn't really have the ability to like take advantage out of it, so she doesn't do that. Now it's Bobby's turn.
Is there a way to like check how like much, I guess, health the creature has?
You can guess that it doesn't really look that well, but you don't really know because it's a snail. Yes.
I don't do.
It's really hard. Like with a centipede, it's apparent, but it's a snail. It's like a slime, so it's really hard to tell something like this is alive or not, because it's not like something that is close to your biology. What are you going to do?
Is it possible
What?
over it, even if it provokes attack of opportunity?
You want to move around? I mean, as long
Yeah, I
as
want
you
to jump
keep
over
you
it.
keep like something like this, like for example, like if you're going something like this, like that, or like that, you're still keeping in the range of like not attack of opportunity, or like still parry her around. So you could just go or it around, so you can still go like this. without provoking any attack of opportunity.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then.
And what are you going to do?
And just hit him with a rue. I miss.
That's a miss, and that's...
I'm at 5 now.
Yep. That means that this thing is a lot more powerful. And the slime... See, instead of 1 yummy snack, 3 yummy snacks, and it's trying to launch itself right through the door and attack all the 3 of you with its slime. So all of you need to roll a dex save, or both of you need to roll a dex.
I will not get slimed on.
That will save. And that will also save. And Lucien doesn't really look very, very happy to see a slime like getting thrown into her direction. And she's very pissed, but she's not really doing anything at the moment about it. And now the slime also going to try to hit Cabled by it. Now I know it's 6 seconds.
Oh wait, hold up.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, since it moved out of my range, did I get attack of opportunity?
Right, I forgot. Yes.
Okay, so I can do that, right?
Yes.
And
that's another one that misses.
I'm charging my sword.
Charge your sword.
I'm charging my sword.
Is it up to +6 or +7, like the maximum? I don't remember.
I could be at max now. Let me
6.
check. I don't
You're
know
at
if
max.
it's 6 charges.
Yes, you're at max. Your sword is charged up and ready to rumble. Anyway, it's now slams at poor Cabled with a natural 20.
The frick did I do to this guy?
Oh, I don't know. You're just going to take... you know...
You didn't want to burn it with fire!
You're going to take a very small amount of damage, unfortunately for me, and that is going to be 5 points of damage for a natural 20 because I rolled a 1. Yeah. So, anyway, that happened. And it's now, once again, Gorgnak's turn. And now you have the ability to hit it because it's in your range.
Okay, but I need to check one more thing. What is the size of that slug?
A human size, I guess. Biggish.
Human size. Okay, because I want to...
You want to what?
Normally, I would just Warhammer it going from up into down.
Okay.
But now I think I'll just go from down up.
Okay.
So like I was hitting a golf club, and the slug was a ball.
Okay, so flavor-wise, you're trying to do it like a golf club, to just hit it into the ceiling, if you're able to.
Yes.
Roll. Meh. That's unfortunately a miss for that one. Is there anything else you wish to do, however?
Hold the position.
Hold the position. Heal someone. Apparently, Gornak really guard himself in terms of rage. I don't know why, but yeah, really didn't use his rage recently. That's the end of Gorgnak's turn, and I guess it's Cable's turn now. What are you going to do?
Alright, so you in class or something and like a bug gets on your desk, so you just kill it with your nail.
Okay.
Could
You kill it with your
I
sword.
use a sword.
That will hit.
Yes. Let's go.
Are you going to try to do the same motion that Gorgnak did, or are you going to try to do something else?
What motion did he do again?
Instead of up and from up to down, he did down to up.
Sure.
Okay, roll damage. And that will essentially kill it as you slash it down to up, and everything, instead of splattering in, like, just like in your direction, it just splattered to the sides instead to your direction because you did it into that motion. So basically, this entire middle part is clear. These two sides are just filled with sluggish stuff. So we'll just demonstrate it like that, just something like this. And this thing is flipping dead. Great! Yay! You're done it. Now you have the chance to search this room. Want to?
I have to search the corpse, and that'll probably.
This is a corpse of a
Probably.
slug, and it's splattered around. You don't really going to find anything this time. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Did it completely just slime over the place? Like, not even a physical thing?
Yeah.
What if we
Okay, it doesn't even block the.
I cannot really go back from like trying cinematic things. You know what I mean? It's like, if I could, I'm sorry. I don't really like to back from like trying to make something awesome.
Yes. Can I then use my investigation for the room?
Yes, all of you can. Because you're going to take your time investigating this room, apparently. 19, 21, and a 7. So Gorgnak is apparently...
It's a room!
No. Gorgnak actually found it more interesting to kind of go around and find the kegs of wine around here that K-Bold mentioned. So, he just doesn't really care about that. As for K-Bold, which also entered in, we'll talk about you, but first is Bobby. You found this, which is a treasure chest, or at least looks like a big chest of sort. You found it. It just was there under like a bunch of stuff. And it looks like it's supposed to be the captain's quarters, but not exactly.
Very easily.
It's kind of locked for the moment, so you're not able to open it, but you're like you can try. You can try. Like it doesn't look like the seal is very, very hard to open.
I do have a crowbar in my
Then roll
equipment.
Sleight of hand with advantage. That will open it. You hear it with like a crack just open up as you like put the crowbar kind of like in the way of like just inside of the lock, I guess, kind of like inside, because it's big enough for it. You just hear the crack. And it opens, and you find here a pretty nice chunk of like treasure. It's mostly like gold and stuff like that. And it doesn't really looks like a lot. Like it's not like huge like filled to the top, but you do find some few things that are looking interesting there. It's mostly have gold coins, but you also have like what called I forgot the name for it. Not a staff, a wand, which is like look like it's made out of gold. Some jewels here and there inside, and also kind of like few rings of gold. It's mostly like just treasure. Nothing really picks your eye for it. But as you remember, it is supposed to be a treasure that like you will get part from. You just need to get it back to the city for the moment. So you're not going to get it for yourself. Just going to remind you that. Unless of course you decide you want it for yourself.
Okay.
You are going to get your share. So you don't really need to worry about
Can
that.
can I call Grognak over?
Gorgnak is far away from now, but as for K-Bolt, you actually find something interesting. K-Bolt, instead of before we'll call Gorgnak, K-Bolt is you find bunch of stuff. First off, you find like a bunch of like kind of just nice adored stuff of like a captain's quarters, but mostly what you find that really piques your interest is a journal, which doesn't really looks like it belongs here. It's like it's not really exactly a journal. It's kind of like looks like it's arrived here. It looks like very much like filled with water from like the ceiling that tipped on it, but the content inside does look that it just like have something going on for it, and it's mentioned a particular town. And did any of you mention where are you from? Just to know, like to everybody. Did you mention like off screen? You mentioned your own like basic life story, or you haven't talked about it? Just to let me know.
I
Hello. I just can't hear for a second.
No,
Gorgnak didn't.
he came from.
Gorgnak, we know where you came from, so it doesn't really matter. Like at least the village that you are from. That's what I'm asking. If you mention like where you were from the beginning of your adventure, before you get to this, that's what I mean.
Oh. Recently? Or maybe it came out when we were recapping everything.
Yeah, that's
For
what I'm very
Lucien.
much meaning. What about you, Bobby? And K-Bolt? What about you too? You mentioned because it is important, so I just need to know.
I haven't given much mention
Did you mention where you
on
from
screen.
the beginning, like off screen? Like let's say you talked about what happens. Like I'm talking about off screen. Did you mention off screen? Like we don't really follow everything. Some things we're doing off screen. So did you mention something? Like where are you from? Where town are you?
Everything I mentioned where I'm from on screen. So
But
anything on screen is what I've mentioned.
I'm not sure if Cable know that. But unless, of course, you decide to also tell him off screen. That's what I'm asking. Did you say to him off screen about that? Or not?
Oh, we said it, I think, in the carriage ride at one point when he was there. So he does know that information.
So, Cable, you find a book with the name of like someone from where Bobby is from. That's pretty much where I was trying to get for. It's kind of like
also I have an idea.
Yes.
I kind of have an idea with the slime. Like if we could find a way to gather it out, can't we?
It's kind of splattered all around the place right now, so I'm not sure.
Scoop it up. Let's just scoop it up and put it into a bottle.
No, we're not
we'll make
sliming people. This ain't Nickelodeon, all right? Calm yourself.
Anyway, the other things that you find,
and when Bobby says from across the ship,
I just want to mention what the last thing that Cable found. You found kind of like what something looks like a pendant. You don't really know what that is, but it's like looks like a pendant. It looks important, and it does shines a little bit. You don't really know what that is. It shines in kind of like a mysterious pinkish color, but you don't really know what that is for the moment. You find those.
All right, well, I'm taking it.
You found those books. You take you find those books, but I'm pretty sure you only take the books that like from Bobby's town-ish people or the person from there, and then you take the pendant. That's what you find that is important. Bobby, you find the treasure, and now we can move on to the scene just to remind everyone. As for the treasure,
actually,
yeah.
Can I call Cable?
Yeah, sure.
Cable, do you know how to do Arcana checks? Check if there's magic in certain thing.
any of you have?
No, I don't know.
I don't think he has that in
Wexley was good for doing it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Gorgnak has the ability to do that.
Nobody knows how to do it. I'll just. Yeah, that's why I wanted to call
Did you
Grog.
ask the only character
Gorgnak.
that might have the ability to do it?
Asked Wexley before. It's very useful for that fact.
There is someone else, but sure. Go with that. Anyway, Gorgnak, you kind of like find that the barrels are filled with wine and not with ale, which kind of disappoints you a little bit, but it's still good wine. You just like doesn't really get the usual feeling from what you get from ale, so it's not really the same as you come back to the group.
It's only wine.
Anyway, Lucienne kind of like also walks into the room really careful and kind of like trying to not step on anything, and kind of like walks into you and just like says, "So, what did you find interesting? We can take."
I found this. What did you?
One at a time, please. We're not children
go, Cable.
here.
No. 2 at a time.
Sharing's caring.
You're so capable of fighters, but you're such children, she says. And she kind of like looks at Cable. We'll start with you, dragon guy. Person.
I got
Okay.
this other thing.
Okay, what did you get? Just mention
the least descriptive person ever.
The point is describing what you get. Genius.
Yes. I just got this. I got a book. Right. So there's this like kind of like book thing with like it's
I can't hear you.
Town he's from. I know that, right?
Okay. I don't know why you cut off. I did get it, but like I kind of didn't hear for a second. But I do get what you meant, so that's fine. So yeah, he said he found the note from where Bobby was from, or should I say the book from where Bobby was from.
Yes.
Someone from there, and then you also found a pendant that I'm pretty sure you put on yourself, and like without even second thinking, it just like didn't do anything with it.
Exactly.
Well, it does.
It can either be a charm,
also,
which
did you bring Mendel?
Grants me luck.
Did you bring Mendel or not? I just trying to double think if we remember if we brought him and Jeff or not.
Grognak, did you bring the freaking duck?
He's swimming in the water outside. He's a really
we didn't take Mendel's on the ship. He's in the camp.
Okay.
On the other ship.
I'm just don't remembering that for the moment. Like just to remember, because that is a little bit important. Anyway, you have that pendant. It's on you now, and it starts glowing a little bit. As for what Bobby found, you can mention that as well. Sorry.
A whole buttload of money, and I did want to check to see if any of these like gems or jewels have any magic bound to them by any something more than just you.
She said to you, like, Lucienne, like, looks at the box for a second and just said to you, they're not. None of this is magical. It's all normal golden diamonds and gems.
Alright then, just pretty much money, resource for the...
It is very useful, yes.
So I guess I'll hearing that to get it off the ship.
Unlike a lot of other council's members and other nobles I know at least my fiancé will do everything he can to just use this for good use, and he will not use it for his own personal gains because he doesn't really care about those kind of things. Apparently, I guess that's kind of a privilege if you're not, how should I say, grown, like, was born into a noble family. He was not really a part of it to begin with, if you remember. She says that she kind of like walks out. She kind of like tests if you remember her story, pretty much.
Okay then, Lucina.
Why do you keep calling me that? Says.
Because it's funny.
I smack cables.
With the warhammer.
The chest is a little bit
Just my
heavy,
hand.
so if you want to pick it up, you do need to have another person with you to pick it up.
Hey, Cable, idiot who calls people not by their names, help me with this chest.
I think all three of you should pretty much pick it up and hoist it.
Checks.
So roll all of you a
Yo.
strength check. I just want to see how good
If I
you're
get that
able at
net
lifting it.
at 20, I can carry it myself.
22. That's pretty good. Nat 20. K-Bolt kind of like almost hoist a half of it by himself. And the two of you are also like doing it pretty well, but Cable is just like, just like you're trying to find your balance with it, and Cable is just like almost start running without you guys. But you're able to like pick it really, really quickly, and all of you are just essentially picking it up, I guess, to the top of the ship, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where Hystelia is kind of waiting for you at the end of the bridge as you bring it down. And essentially, like, she kind of sees you. She sees if she can try to help you guys, but she sees that you just deal with it by yourself, and you're essentially taking it to the garage and load it in, I guess, into it. And I'm pretty sure that does it for this ship. Let me check, unless, of course, you still want to, like, look around in it, right? You still want to look around in that ship so I can move you back if you want to? Or do you think you found everything you need specifically? Because you did.
I'm good.
Okay, good.
I'm going back for the kegs.
Yeah.
That's fair. So we're not going to dwell on them. You're able to bring out the kegs, even though he's like you're not like really just asking yourself why. Like Estella asks herself why, but she's kind of like could be useful to celebrate, I guess, and she as well. And yeah, that's pretty much does it for the first ship. Now you kind of like see that half a day kind of like passed, I guess. Not half a day. The morning have passed. You're now in the middle of the day, and you're essentially going into the next ship in the graveyard. And that one went very, very much uneventful. But roll for me an investigation check to see what you find there. Who of you going to roll the investigation check? Oh, you know what? Roll for me individually as well. So we'll see what each one of you found. Oops. 20 of 4. K-Bolt slacked off in that ship, so we kind of like didn't really find anything. As for Bobby, he did find again some kind of useful gems from here and there. I will mention the collective at the end. Doesn't really matter right now. He did find a few here and there. You did find some kind of bunch of rations that could be still useful and usable. As for Gorgnak, you did find additional, again, bunch of powder, and also you did find some kind of like useful cloth for some reason. Like you find cloth and additional, like more of like a traditional traders items at at the market. You find some things like that, so it kind of like looks to you like a trader's ship, and you're able to deal with that ship for the entirety of the the entirety of the noon, I guess, until noon, or should I say afternoon. And then you also have the ability, if you wanted, to go into the third ship, or you're able to essentially hold for the day. If you're halted today, I will just mention the number of things that you got. If not, I will just essentially we'll do another ship and we'll see how it's going to go.
3 ships, 3 ships.
Okay. Let's roll here to see if you found a good ship or a bad ship. Rolling a die. That is a lower percentage, so that's a good ship. A little bit dangerous, but overall an okay ship. Overall, nothing real crazy beside of like almost falling from time to time. You find additional jewels and important stuff, but overall, you pass the entire day quite finely. And overall, let's count the number of things that you got for the most part. So you got about, I would say, 5 kegs of gunpowder, which is pretty impressive. You found bunch of like 10 kegs of like different ales and stuff like that you're able to load. There's a limit how you can load also into the cart itself, so it's pretty much pretty impressive what you found. There is also like the additional stuff, but like there's so much limit to what Hystelia can carry, so do keep that in mind as well. Overall, you also find like a bunch of cloth. I would say about 100 meters of like usable cloth, other traders' items like spices and stuff like that, like, you know, a bunch of food. Doesn't really matter for you, so it's like a bunch of rations, I guess, like about, yeah, a bunch of rations, about like decent amount of rations, like, you know, for can feed the entire crew of your guys for like 10 days, so it's pretty decent amount of rations as well. Overall and other useful things. And as for the gold itself, in the big chest itself, you found like about around 1,000 gold coins, additional like, you know, 2,000 overall, like all you scooped additional like 2,000 silver coins, and a little bit of copper, like around like 200, and actually a decent number of platinum, like around 100 platinum as well. So that's also kind of nice. And then like some bunch of like, you know, I guess around 20 gems of normal gems, 3 wands of made out of gold, and then like a crown made out of gold. That's pretty much what you found for the most part for the entire day, which I think is pretty good overall, don't you think?
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse, as indeed. But I think you got a pretty nice, decent amount of gold for the first day. And who is going to take the first watch for the night?
Or not eating.
Of course,
Me.
you're eating. I'm talking about
I got some
general.
good
Oh, you're talking about
eat.
good
Cook up
centipede.
for the boys.
And you see, like, kind of like Hystelia doesn't really mind that much, but you see Lucienne kind of like, I'll pass, and she kind of like eats something else because she
The mobs.
she like Hystelia doesn't mind. She don't care. She's
Okay,
not-
I have a question.
Yes.
We found spices.
Yes.
What should I roll to get the general idea of what those spices are? And if they are worth some money?
I mean, they're definitely worth some money, and you are going to get your share. It's going to go to the entire group of the steady first, I guess.
He wants to season his centipede legs.
Oh, I guess I get it. So give me a second, I will just check that. Or what kind of like a good what is a good skill check for that? Yes, for this one is perception. I guess that's the best one. Yes. Perception for that. You find different kind of spices, salt, pepper. What is it good? I don't really remember a lot of like stuff. A little bit of garlic in terms of that, onion. Also, you find what it called paprika. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but paprika. I think that's
Pepper.
pepper. Um, I don't remember a lot of spices in English actually. A lot of them that I don't remember.
Okay.
But you find these for the most part. Like these are the
Now,
main ones.
so now Grognak, in a brilliant fashion, will try to bullshit his way with both Lucy.
And
Yeah, and tell them that those are worthless, and just give me those permanently.
roll for it.
Tell him off.
Roll for it.
Be deception.
Yes. Versus Lucian insight. That's
Do I have to roll
unfortunately-
insight to tell them?
No.
Because I'm going against Grognak.
Yeah, she kind of figured that out already. She kind of like looks at it and is like, "Sure, they're worthless. Sure, they are." I'm pretty sure. You
Oh,
just
glad,
don't...
glad we agree. So I'm gonna
she
take
said,
those.
No. She said, like, I'm pretty sure you just don't really have a keen eye to understand that these are actually kind of worth it. They can be used to help the kingdom a little bit, or should we say the city a little bit. These are useful.
A pepper. What is it? A peppercorn, like. You could eat a peppercorn would be like a gold apiece.
Yes.
So if you throw in a gold there and take one seed, which should be able to us leg well, that's a fair deal.
You will get your share, she said to you, but you're not going to get it right now. Don't worry. If you really want this in the spices, we will give it your share in the spices later. I'm pretty sure. Anyway,
Fine.
we do have a day to also do tomorrow. I'm pretty sure after tomorrow we'll not be able to carry anymore, says Lucienne as she looks at the as you're at your cart. She kind of like looks at it. I think it's kind of becoming full, or should I say carriage? Sorry. I think it becomes full enough that we cannot really carry so much anymore. I think like another day of scavenging will be enough for today, and then we can decide if we want to maybe come back here a little bit later. But for now, I think it's at least a very, very nice beginning to at least start this expedition, to see that it's safe enough to maybe send other people to do it for us. Anyway, who is taking first watch? She says.
Well, it's me.
Don't slip again, Dragon Boy, she said to you. So who takes the first watch?
Okay. You can take the second.
Who?
No, actually, no, you could take.
Cable, do it first.
Do it first. For everybody's sakes.
Okay.
First. Who's second is Gorignac, third is going
What should I roll?
Okay. Roll, I believe, what we said it was last time? Got.
I think survival.
Yeah, survival, so roll survival.
Okay, survival. I think that's worse than
We get
last
eaten
time.
by wolves. The end. Story's done.
Luckily for you, not that bad. The first night, like, once again, you just fell asleep, but you are able to wake up during the very, very end. Nothing looks like out of the ordinary once you wake up and you like think, oh, that's how you do watches. You're just like sitting at the bonfire and sleeping while sitting. That's the best way to do stuff in terms of watches. And then you wake up, you see that nothing is out of the ordinary when you wake up, and you just hand it off into Gorgnak's hands, which also going to roll right now.
Proud of you that you didn't sleep on the job.
Thanks.
If we were not sleeping, oh my god.
Gorgnak, that will be a pass. The entire Night doesn't go eventful for you at all, or at least like your watch doesn't really go eventful. You do think see some silhouettes here and there, but they don't really seem to be focused on you. You're pretty sure that these are just animals that are going around. But they are moving towards one of your next destinations a little bit tomorrow. But you do see, like, it just doesn't really seem something big. It just looks like a bunch of animals. But it does look like they're kind of like moving to one of the next ships for tomorrow. And lastly is Bobby.
Oh, really?
You're asleep. You don't wake up ever. Not really.
Bobby sits by the Grognak goes away.
I just sleep
Bobby-
in the fire.
Oh no, better. Gorgnak, you're not able to wake up Bobby. When you're trying to wake him up for his watch. You're not able to.
God damn it! I slap him in the face.
Doesn't wake up, but even if he does, like, he really doesn't wake up. He kind of like wakes up and like immediately once you like leave him alone, falls asleep again. And you wake up in the morning and nothing happens. But Bobby is very fast asleep at the bonfire and almost into the bonfire itself. You do wake up with a little bit less hair, or should I say like a little bit of like burnt hair in the morning. You find yourself almost like, in the bonfire itself, or at least the end of it, as you wake up.
Oh, well then. Still good rest.
Yes.
Hey, Grognak, why didn't you wake me up for watch?
I'm talking... yeah.
I tried, but then you called my family, my church, my friends, and mental things that I don't feel comfortable saying.
Okay. I
Went to sleep again.
Okay, now I hear you again. I couldn't hear you for a second. Regardless, point is, the entire day have passed. Okay. And I think, before we'll start the second day, I think it's a good time to take a break.